What is going on? We are back at it again with another completed game. And, I think it took me a little longer than I wanted it to, but we made it. And today we are talking about Microsoft recently acquired developing studio Double Fine. And the game they created is, of course, Psychonauts 2. And I just rolled credits on it. Literally, let's say about 10 minutes. Just roll credits. These are I won't even call these reviews. They're more so discussions. They're discussions about games. And one thing I gotta say about Psych first of all, let me do a quick disclaimer. I have never played Psychonauts 1. I've always heard of it. It's actually a pretty was it for the original Xbox? I believe the original. It's an outdated game. I'll tell you that right now. But like, it's a very I feel like it was a cult classic. It had a cult following. I know, back in the day, I remember I used to watch YouTube videos and people used to be like stand by it. They'd be like, "Yo, Psychonauts." Like they be over here just going. They be just literally just damn near picketing in the streets for Psychonauts 2. I never really got the hype. I was kind of just like, the game's art direction's kind of weird. It has that Tim Burton art style to it. Never was a fan of that type of art style. I never it's freaked me out, man. Forgot that skull character back in the day, that Tim Burton. I'm bugging out, but eventually it'll come to me. But yeah, never was a fan of that type of art style, and that actually was a big criticism for Psychonauts 2. People just be like, the game's ugly, ill, blah blah this, blah blah that, and it came out pretty close to Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. And I actually just acquired PS5. That's my next game I'm probably gonna play. But that game was very popular for how good it looked. So when you compare the two, which I'm gonna actually, when I beat Ratchet and Clank, I'm gonna see how they compare. But when you compare the two, the game just doesn't have that like immediate, you don't have that curb appeal. It don't just you can't just pull up to it and be like, oh, that game looks great, especially compared to Ratchet and Clank. But one thing I gotta say, I'm gonna say it right now: the game art style, yes, it's different. The game still looks good. And as far as speaking of the game as a whole, the game absolutely slaps. And it was an absolute surprise to me. Like, I never, like, first of all, I wasn't even planning on playing it. And then I was just sitting there, and like my PS5 was on its way, had a couple more days, and I'm like, you know what, dude, I'm just bored. I'm about to start up another game real quick. I'm gonna start it up. And I was gonna play some bullcrap game, but I was like, you know what? I've been hearing a lot about this Psychonauts 2. Let me download that. I got it off Game Pass. I was like, whatever. I'm not really. I mean, I pay a subscription, but I'm not paying for the game. I was like, what can I lose? I mean, if the game's buns, I just will turn it off, I guess. The moment I booted it up, the game was on point. Like from literally the very start, damn near to the very end. I mean, I can't think of a moment where the game was like got kind of buns. Like I just can't think of it. Like you play. Let me just give you a little. Let's just start. Let's get into it. So you play as Rasputin Aquato. He grew up in the circus. His family's and by the way, I didn't play Psychonauts 1, but there is a review of the story. And I try my best because I'm going off top. I'm not looking nothing up. I'm not gonna be a fraud. Now I know what I'm talking about. If I don't know something, I'll just say it. That's why I say it's more of a discussion rather than a review. But anyway, so yeah, he grew up in the they're a famous acrobatic family, the Aquato family, and that's what he grew up in. Basically he was a part of the circus with his family. Then he figured out that he was a psychic, and he got invited to, this is Psychonauts 1, by the way. He got invited to some type of psychic camp. He ran off and basically kind of abandoned his family to venture out and live his dreams as a psychonaut. And the start of the second one leaves off pretty much from the first one, and you're now an intern at like this psychonaut. I'll call it, I don't know, academy. You're like basically you're an intern, so you're a lower level, and like the interns in the the academy or the organization. You know, they are like the young kids. They're like the freshmen. It's like, you know, they're all the up and comers. And it, man, it's just such a great atmosphere. The game is written so well. Like, it's one of those, like, okay, when you first look at it, you're gonna think it's childish. You know, a lot of people probably wouldn't want to play it, think that's some childish shit, but really it isn't. Like, I mean, well, it is. It's a breath of fresh air. You know, if you're playing games ripping dudes' jaws out and you bathing in blood, you playing these violent games, it's honestly not a bad, just a little cleanser. You know, because not every game, you know, you gotta play, it's gotta be ultra violent, you know, but the game is just written well. The characters are written well. The homeboy Raz, like, he's only like 10 years old, but like he's a little chill, man. My dog Raz is just chill. He just trying to figure out what's going on in the world. You know, there's a couple things going on. You got a mole in the Psychonauts. You know, you got a mysterious dark figure. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's a mysterious, you know, evil villain that's, you know, is rumors and whispers are this person possibly coming back and wreaking havoc again. And there's a twist that's pretty cool. And like I said, the story's actually really easy to digest, you know, and there's a bunch of characters, you know, like, and I can't think of any character that was written bad. Like Raz, like, honestly, I might go back and play Psychonauts 1. It might be hard because the game is fucking old looking, dude. It does not look like it aged very well. But if the writing is kind of on par, because, like, you can tell, like, there are some past established relationships. You know, the game has like a review. There's some past established relationships that you don't really know how they came to be. So I mean, that's probably we can figure out in the first one. And the first one is old, and I'm pretty sure that art style will look rough. But this game doesn't look bad. I will say that off rip. The game looks unique, but I feel like actually the game is gonna age pretty well. It has like it's a really unique art style, but you know, it's not like 100% like cartoony, but as you animate, you know, a style to it where I feel like, you know, 10 years from now, you go back and play this game, it won't look that bad. And the gameplay, like the traversal and the you know, the platforming, it's great. It literally is great. You have like so you got about, like, you know, you got some powers you start off with off top, and as the game progresses, you pick up more powers. And all I gotta say is, like, you know, I think it's about 8 total, and like they're all useful for the most part. Like, you know, like, and then the game, you know, like, first of all, like, there's a variety of enemies, and they'll be like they're uniquely named. They'll be like let me see, it's like some of them that be like, you know, anxiety, and, you know, like, I don't know, I can't think of the exact name of the enemies, but they're unique. And there's a nice variety of them. And the game keeps throwing new enemies on you pretty far into the game. A lot of games, you know, once you hit a certain point, you kind of hit your cap on the enemy styles you're facing. But this game actually has a good amount, and you still start seeing new ones pretty late in the game. So, like, it doesn't really get boring on that front. And then with the new enemies, like, usually, like, you know, certain powers will be the ones, like, a certain power will be, like, you know, the critical hit on the enemy. So really you're constantly switching back and forth between which, you know, which psychic ability you're using, which is cool. They got badges, you know, they got a little like a store. There's this guy named Otto. He's like kind of like an engineer. He has like his own like vending machine shops kind of all around the map, and you collect your little I don't know, I forgot what they're called, but it's like these like purple rocks that act as currency, and you collect that all around the map. It allows you to upgrade your wallet, which allows you to hold more currency, and you can upgrade badges. You can upgrade your melee attack, clairvoyance. I mean, like, you know, mental, you know, all types of, like, you can upgrade, like, and then eventually, like, what I like seeing a lot too. This is what I like about in games that allow you to level up and upgrade. I love feeling like I've gotten more powerful as the game has progressed. Not a lot of games, some games don't do that. Some games from level 1 all the way to the end of the game, you don't feel like you've gotten stronger. You feel like the game has just progressed, and you just kind of are going with the flow. But like, if I like look back at my gameplay from when I first started to when like the game was kind of almost rolling credits, like, I actually got a lot stronger. My abilities got a lot stronger, all the above. And like, that's why I say that this game was a pleasant surprise. And I feel some people out there are gonna write it off as like trash or like like not a good game because of I don't know because of maybe how it looks. But like don't disservice yourself. It's actually a good game and it's something unique about it. That's how you know the game's good. So I got lucky on GameStop and got me a PS5, a nice little bundle. I'm not even a pro member. I just freaking spazzed out on the refresh button and actually ended up getting me a PS5. And I've been looking forward to getting a PS5. I've been trying to get one for a while now, always failing. Finally got me one, got it delivered, got it posted inside the house. But like in the middle of me doing that, I was in the middle of my Psychonauts playthrough. I have not touched my PS5 yet because I could not drop Psychonauts. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to drop this game. Because think about me, I learned, like, once I start playing a new game, it's hard for me to go back to the game I was playing before. Like, I've already dropped one franchise that I'm very upset I dropped. And I want to go back to it, but I'm struggling. And it's Mass Effect. Now, the Mass Effect trilogy, I stopped playing the Mass Effect 3. I dropped it. I want to go back, but yeah, I'm struggling because I started playing new games. That's always what happens. Anyway, off topic, one another rant. But like, the PS5 literally has been sitting here. I mean, I got a couple. It came with Ratchet and Clank. It came with NBA 2K. I bought Spider-Man. Like I'm ready to go. Still haven't loaded it up yet. Still haven't actually played a game. And now, I kind of want to play Back 4 Blood too. So now I'm struggling. There's a lot of games to play. But beside the point is that Psychonauts was that good that even my ADHD ass could not put it down. It was so good. The characters are so good. The gameplay is on point. Like, it doesn't really get old. It's not that many action sequences. Like, every now and then, like, the action sequences, it's probably about, like, 6 or 7 bosses in the game. That's off top. I could be completely wrong saying that. There's a good amount of bosses. They're not really challenging, I'll be honest with you. And the enemies in itself really aren't challenging. I mean, like, and then also, the game isn't difficult. I'll tell you that right now. Because, like, enemies can hit you easily. But the game is just so generous with regenerating your health. Like, I mean, you can get hurt and then, like, there's, like, an enemy that just drop health. You can pick up a little random box in the corner, smash off a wall with telekinesis, and boom, it drops, like, 3-4 little vials of health for you. And you're like, damn. Like, I don't think I've actually, I think I died one time, but I had, like, this little, like, candy that basically gives you an extra life. I don't even know what it's like to die in the game. I didn't die. Not saying I'm a badass. The game is just really generous with like whatever you get. You know, they don't make it. It's not a hard game. It's a game really you go through and just enjoy. It's a relaxed game. You know, you don't gotta be stressed out. You're gonna have your butthole clenched up. None of that bull crap. You know, you're sitting there chilling, sitting back, playing the game. Like it's a pleasant story, pleasant characters. This game so far is the best game I played all year. I'm being honest with you. Like, it was a really surprising. Like, you know, the game I beat before this was Ascent. And that game, I didn't give two shits about the story. Like, I damn near played the game on mute. Wasn't really paying attention to it. But I don't like doing that. I like paying attention to the story. And this game had a story that was pretty engaging, characters that were engaging. It's just a good game. Good game. Combat's on point. Like I said, it was fun. It never really got old. And then, like, they didn't shower you with too many combat sequences to where combat did eventually get old. Like, so it's a lot of platforming. You know, kind of some puzzle solving, too. A shit ton of collectibles. A lot of collectibles. A lot of things for you to collect. You know, there's a pretty high level cap. Oh shit, I'm about to yawn real quick. Excuse me. Oh man, was a nice level cap to like, and there's a lot of replayability. There's a lot of replayability. You got this machine that allows you to go back and visit different mines, and that's a big part of the game too. Basically, he has this like little like, it's almost like this little portable door that attaches people's minds, and he puts on those little Psychonaut goggles. And allows him to go into his mind and figure out why people are losing their shit. Like, people might be acting weird. And he goes and he explores their mind and figures out why they're acting weird. And also, the big theme of the game, too, is kind of like mental health. It's kind of like a little, like, you know, kind of a little passive theme visiting the game. And that's cool, too. You know what I'm saying? Mental health is very important. And, you know, it's pretty, you know, it shows that everybody's suffering from stuff. You know, people got past, things haunting them in the past that could be, drawing them, and they got regrets that never really went away and kind of gave them a complex. It's all type of things visited. The game was good. Listen, the game smacks. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I'm trying to think. There's a photo mode. That's fun. Everyone loves a good photo mode. It's tons of content. A lot of content, a lot of gadgets, a lot of powers you can get, upgrade them all the way, a lot of collectibles. Go back, get, if you're a completionist, go back, get every little nook and cranny, whatever you got to do. It has a little bit for everybody there. Pleasant story, good main character, good supporting cast. I don't know what else to say. Praise the game. The game is great. And it's on Game Pass. Game Pass is pretty much the only thing holding up Xbox right now. And I'm an Xbox fan. I'm not a hater. I like Xbox, but Game Pass is kind of carrying it. But yeah, I think the game is for sure a cop. Honestly, I would pay $60 for this game. Facts. What I'm saying? You can get some time out of this game. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Story on point, gameplay on point, platforming's on point, everything. Characters are on point, supporting characters on point. I'm talking in circles now. Gotta pick it up. It's good. But yeah, it's the boy Neville's. Another one in the books. I'm gonna try to, maybe I can get this PS5 busting pretty soon. I'm kind of just had been sitting here. Got a, next gen coaster. But I'm gonna get this boy busting. Might be playing Back 4 Blood. I started up. Back 4 Blood's playing a little rough for me. I'm gonna try it out one more time, but it might be a drop. I don't know, cause I'm already I was really confident. I like the beta, but I started this one up and I don't know. Off top, I was not really feeling it. I don't know why, but we'll see. I'm gonna try it out. But yeah, it's the boy Neville's, and this is I was talking about Psychonauts 2. Excellent job. Honestly, I would not be mad if they made a third one at all. Great game. Gaming's great. Beautiful. Everyone have a beautiful day or night. Beautiful people.